Hi folks, this is all the fruit. And throughout Southeast Asia, you might encounter a slightly strange tasting bean dish, which leaves you wondering what kind of beans you've eaten. And then a couple hours later you go to the toilet. And your pee smells worse than after an asparagus dinner. Without knowing it, you have consumed the Pattaya bean. A fruit that grows on quite a big tree. This here is a young one, and I've waited for years for the opportunity to make a video at the young tree where I can show you pretty much all stages of the fruit. Well, not all. Basically the harvestable stage is not there, but the tree is young. The branches are low, and you can see quite a lot of it. Well, the Pattaya bean, yes, it's a real bean. It's in the Fabaceae family. Grows on a tree. Produces those quite interesting fruits which don't look like Fabaceae fruits at all. So the botanists among you might already have figured out this is in the Mimosoideae subfamily of the Fabaceae. Yeah? There is actually a group of beans which don't have the typical bean flowers, but flowers which are quite fluffy. The acacia trees belong to it, and also the Pattaya. The leaves are pinnate to doubly pinnate. You can see that each pinna consists of a lot of leaflets which are kinda right next to each other. But not strongly connected to each other. Basically the second degree leaflets form something which works like a first degree leaflet. Yeah, so interesting leaves, interesting flowers, interesting flower buds. This is an inflorescence with a lot of flowers, by the way. And those a lot of flowers. Here a stingless little honeybee was trying to pollinate them. See, those are stingless little honeybees, Madukelulut. Their honey is quite highly priced here, and they are being hunted in the wild. They are also being cultivated because they are stingless. And when they alternate, well, they produce maybe 1 or 2 cups full of liquid sourish honey per season. Doesn't sound very great, but it is very great. And as I said, they are the ones which are being usually kept here because the alternative are honeycombs, 1 to 2 square meters in size with up to 100 kilograms of honey produced by the giant sting bee, which you don't want to mess with. Well, back to the Pattaya. After the flowering is finished, those small little thingies appear from the inflorescence. They grow bigger, start looking like broad beans actually. Well, not like broad fava beans, but like broad phaseolus beans. Then they grow older, and actually I've seen sometimes this in the inflorescence at about this age being sold for green beans where the whole fruit is being eaten. However, I've seen this very rarely. Usually they will wait until the fruits get much bigger, maybe twice the size of those here, and the seeds inside them develop. Then they will harvest the still green fruits, extract the still green seeds, and on the market you will either buy bunches of the fruits or you will buy the seeds in a small plate. Since there's quite a lot of work compared to growing beans in a field, they tend to be more expensive, and the portions at the shops tend to be a little bit smaller. And also I try to avoid it because I read that it's not so good for your kidneys. because the smelly stuff that it makes. It's a poison apparently that makes your kidneys do overtime. A good fruit, yeah. Right now, well, okay, yeah. Let's taste one. One should be enough. Phew. Astringent and spicy, and yeah, can taste the typical Jenko flavor. Bah. It's still quite weak here, but in the ripe beans, it's pretty strong. So folks, what do you think about the Jenko bean? Have you ever tried it? Would you like to try it? What do you think about that it makes your peas smell very, very strong? Do you think the stuff is dangerous or harmful? Please tell me your opinion. Apart from that, stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the beautiful and incredibly fruit-rich little town of Enkilili in Borneo. And of course, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.